always. It happens all the time. We knew it. So we thought like we were always ready. So actually not many people were killed by earthquake. So many people were killed by tsunami. The tsunami, like we have never got anything like this ever before. So we couldn't expect, that possibly something like this big could actually reach towns. So here, like I said, the tsunami or earthquake itself occurred 2:45 p.m. So like less than 20 minutes actually reached some cities in Japan. Here it's only like 27 minutes, 30 minutes. And which is pretty high too, 22 feet, 10 feet, 11 feet, and they are like much higher. So I mean, some old people didn't have enough time to run away. And like here, you can see victims aged 60 or older accounted for 65.2% of this. That's a lot. I mean, they knew it was coming, they saw that, but they didn't have enough time. And here it says 15,000, about 16,000 people were deaths. And here it says about 4,000 people are missing. So I mean, at this point, missing pretty much means. So, after finding out all of these crazy things, we started out like this. There's Sandy-san, Hogue-san, Thompson-san, Ishida-san, Hajima-san, and Mika-san, right? Ishieng and who else? Hernandez-san, Hogue-san, Lopez-san, White-san, right? And I'm correct. So teaching Japanese earthquake relief, we started very, very small. But the first thing we did was like all youth schemas, setting up a table between the SAB and the library and asking for money, asking for donation. And this email actually came from Hoton-san, if you remember. We always thought about like sending emails back and forth and trying to figure out like who can be actually at the table every single day. We always wanted to do this every single day. So it says Monday. I mean, these are times she couldn't work. But they were always there. I mean, some people were there, sitting outside of the SAB every single day for 90 days. It was lots of work. And I really appreciate it. I was so thankful. And we received really kind words, also, some like nasty things. So sometimes people can be really mean, but people can be really nice too. So it was really something like very good experience. I think overall we learned a lot, I think, by doing this. Some more pictures. And students, like believe it or not, like a student, actually one of that, like wasn't one, like 2, 3, 4 students actually dropped $100 bill. And I thought that's like incredible. Because even Japanese don't do it for our own countries. And some faculty's members tend to be like meaner because like they always say, "Oh, I already donated money to my church, or whatever." And like random student, like really random, like especially like random girls, like just drop like tons of money, just made me really rethink about like how I should like perceive people. Like just like random sorority girls, like frat guys, like really do like to make money. It's like, man, it's crazy. So we never know. And also, so this is what we did. This is actually the Health Science Center. We sold t-shirts, and we actually sold some onigiri, which got us in trouble. We were not supposed to sell any food. We knew that, but we did it. I don't know why we did it, but we did it. So I had to actually go through some meetings. But first week, actually, it was very surprising. First week, we raised over 5,000. It's like, man, that's crazy. I didn't really expect this much result within the first week, because my goal for the entire semester was $1,000, and we actually accomplished that on the very first day. So lesson 2, the text itself is actually pretty cool place, not just like my student. And I also this is my very, very big part. I've never felt like this proud of being Japanese. I realized my first time, like my country is actually supported by so many people. It means a lot. And this kind of implies to me that, maybe Japan is a really good country. Because like Japanese education is so messed up, like really. Japanese education is really based on maybe I shouldn't go there, but really, it's really bad. Like since after World War II, they rewrote everything, like constitution and everything. So there are so many things we can't be told. I mean, they just pretty much like blame everything our past on like Japanese. So we do not justify like our past, and that's what teachers teach us. Like, so whenever you learn Japanese history class, like that made me feel so bad, like for being Japanese. Because like, hey, like we invaded China, we invaded Pearl Harbor and everything. So like we should feel like we led, like forever. And whatever we do, that's why we pay tons of money to China, South Korea and everything, but like still, it's always going on like that. So like Japanese education really puts Japanese down and make us almost like it's right Japanese history. I mean, I'm not like that though. I love Japan so much. And I'm being like, so proud of being Japanese, but at the same time, this really, really told me that, it's not just my perception. Like people maybe really care about Japan. That meant a lot to me. And we organized two things. Japanese Awareness Day, first, we did the second one. We got more people last year, but I still think like this year it was better. It was more like smaller, but it was more warm, and like, I don't know, I felt more connections with the people there. And also we organized our sale, and we collected many items from like my professor, like people who live in Lavak, and we sold those items for some money. And here comes Sorabushi, right? We also decided to start performing Sorabushi, which started actually last year. And even though we spent lots of time last year, I'm 100% sure this year the performance is somehow like so much better. I don't know why. Maybe you guys are not serious. So this is Odo-san. She's not even dancing. Looks like there's on this yeah. That's awesome. So, and this is in front of them, first. And like I said, Sorabushi is very big in Japan, So I'm really hoping that someday in the future, all of us actually get to go to Japan and perform Sorabushi with people in Japan, especially people who are in the devastated areas. That would be awesome. And by the end of last semester, we raised $13,000 US. That's great. And right after that, I went back to Japan. And I spent only 2 days with my wife, and then I went straight to the affected area. And I thought, now I can still back to Africa, but I felt like I had to do it. Because like, I don't know, getting like so much help, people from Lavak, but this country, like I feel like I have to go there, like no matter what. So this is what I kind of did, like go under the floor and clean like this mat. This is really sneaky. It's really fun to do. And after these things, like you don't get to take shower, which is really bad. And of course, they are always hot people, right? Who smell like hell. And we have to sleep like right next to each other. So it just really made me like almost like insomnia, but still, it was a great experience. And here, I was really surprised like how much devastation was still left after 3-4 months. So these are actually the pictures I took. So you can see cars here, cars there, and you might think like this is like some like a special like picture, like some special place. But not. Wherever you go, it's like this. And this made me like. This was the most, I think, like heartbreaking picture to me. Because my wife, she teaches elementary school, and I love being a teacher. I care about my students more than anything, but maybe you don't think that way, but that's what I think. And this is a school But since tsunami carried away all the cars and everything, so cars crashing into each other, and that caused massive fire. And that actually burned down school. So here, you can see the school is really, always, wherever it looks, always like that. So debris, these are houses or something. And here, you can see graveyard. And it's almost funny, seeing randomly a car here, but it's nothing special. Or where you go, you find so many crazy things everywhere. Another one here. Here is a coastline, such a shore. So waves came from there, and then we can see destroyed everything there. Houses everywhere. These are the lucky people. But they can't live here anymore. So I worked hard, really. This is me. And after when we're end of the day, real like this, really smelly, no shower, and hot. It's bad. But good thing was people from all over the world really there. These guys are actually from Sri Lanka, and let me show you. All kinds of specialists. And I feel really cool thing was they actually brought some professional musicians to entertain people, locals, and actually they performed this music, dance thing for us, and I performed Soram Shipo with them. So I made it up, we just performed it's whatever Soram team we did perform for. It was awesome. So people from around the world actually do sports Japan. And also, I was so curious on why they came to Japan. Because they paid money. Not someone paid money or someone invited those people to Japan or anything. They paid their airplane tickets, they paid their food, they paid for train, buses, everything. But they just came here, go there, come to Japan. Just to help people. And I was that's ridiculous. I don't know. Why is that? And so I also asked the one question, what made you come here? And here's what I found out. So almost all non-Japanese seem to have personal connections with Japan. Something my good friends were Japanese, back, I don't know, whatever time. Used to work for a Japanese company, visited Japan, had awesome time. Or used to date with Japanese, boyfriends or girlfriends or something like that. So at least they could have actually stated some sort of reasons why being there. So this is pictures. These are the Sri Lankans. And also, one guy actually said there was actually a big tsunami thing in Sri Lanka. And said, I remember that Japanese medical team was the first to arrive at the scene of the Asian tsunami. And he said, I wish to return to policy. This guy was really interesting. The guy in the middle, he was backpacking across the globe, everywhere. And when this earthquake thing happened, he was in Brazil. And he thought, man, I should just go back to Japan. I think left Japan a couple of months ago, 2-3 months ago, but he really had a good time in Japan. He just came straight back, he came back to Japan from Brazil. And he stayed there for really, really long time. The guy next to me, this is Andy, he's from Ireland. He always wants to go to the bar, but we're not supposed to do that stuff. No, we can't do it here. But he was definitely a hard worker. This guy is from England. He used to work, teach English in Japan. This guy is from Vietnam. This is Andy, me, whatever crazy Japanese guy. And he's Kevin, he's also from England. So you see lots of cool people there, and that made me really, really happy. And what I have like a strong personal connections or feelings with whatever thing, you might actually do something. So, right, it's almost like cliche, but what I can do is really small, and I know it. But maybe, if I work with others, maybe I can do something important or meaningful. And this was a pretty big thing when I got back to Japan. It was a huge coverage. Like all the media used to talk about earthquake. The people, of course, gradually forgot, or they got just used to that. But still, the real challenges for survivors are just begun. We know that, but still, So their need may have changed, but there is still needed for help. So what I did was like, cool. All right, I'm gonna try to get people involved because that's what I learned from foreigners, non-Japanese people. And I try to encourage people to actually feel some sort of connection to the disaster and the victims. I couldn't donate much money or collect so much money because I'm not a rich guy or anything. But maybe, by just having them like do something for the earth.